live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. An error occurred while recording.
Are we live? We are? Okay, cool.
I
What's
think
up,
we might be
everybody?
live.
Irish.
Yes, sir.
Are we live? We are? Okay, cool. What's up, everybody? Irish, that's really loud. Sorry. My bad.
Sorry. I was just trying to get the things brought up real quick.
You're good, no worries, buddy. What's up, everybody? This is episode 18 of Broken Controllers. We got a few different news stories to cover. We got a new headline, actually, that came in, so we're going to actually discuss that a little bit in depth. Other than that, I really don't have any show news, so Irish, what are you playing this week?
Still at it on Destiny 2, as far as console play goes.
Okay.
Been playing back through the Grand Theft Auto 5, because recently I picked that up again, this time on digital because they had it on sale. For PlayStation Plus users, they had GTA 5 on sale for $16.
Wow. That's cheap.
Yeah, and they had the online version, which gives you like stupid extra content, bunch of money, like I think like a mansion or something like that, a bunch of cool free things, all for $16. So, but only to PlayStation Plus users. But as far as Destiny 2 goes, that Solstice event's still going on. I'm still grinding on the freaking blue gear. Haven't even made it to the purple gear yet. Yeah, and for this stream, I'll be going and doing some gameplay of the Crucible, because that's where I'm at on the blue gear at this point. I've got everything complete except for my gloves, which I have to complete. 44 more bounties. 34.
Okay, so that's.
And then.
So that's each of those have like a small objective, right?
What's that?
Each of those have like a small objective, right? Like those bounties.
Oh yeah. Just to give an example on one of these bounties here, maybe a couple, that way you get an example of an easier one and a harder one. Like this one, it's kind of easier one. High value targets, defeated 3 of them with an arc subclass equipped. I mean, that's just have to have arc subclass equipped. Don't even have to use the arc subclass to get the kills. Just as long as you have the arc subclass equipped, you can use whatever weapon or, ability to kill it you want, as long as it's right. And then there's a harder one here. Then there's this one, weekly bounty, which this week's Prison of Elders bounty is the Blood Cleaver, which you have to go and kill the escaped prisoner. It's just like bloody strong boss.
Is there any specific on what that is? Who they are?
Well, with the Prisoner of Elders expansion or DLC, whatever, there came a bunch of these elders, as they called them, who were just a bunch of bad guys, essentially. Really strong bosses, each having their own, tactics required to overcome and defeat.
Right.
And with that, they released the weekly bounty, where you have to go and hunt down one in particular that's stronger than all the rest, kind of thing, and take it out. And
Okay, okay.
it's one of those, usually you want at least 2 to 3 people in the party to try and go
So
at
it's like
it.
a, is it like a strike?
It's more like the God, what are the oh God, what are those damn things called? Oh, this is horrible. This is horrible. When the name of something just goes flying right out your head. Um,
That was loud.
right?
That was a good one.
Baby girl.
That was a good
Um,
one.
goodness. It is eluding me right now.
Well, it sounds like you have your work cut out for you in Destiny.
Dude, this whole Solstice gear is one heck of a grind. I mean, for one piece, you have to collect like 1,500 orbs, elemental orbs,
Okay,
and
that seems ridiculous.
yeah, and usually at most you'll get like maybe two.
Almost, yeah. Okay, there we go.
You get like maybe two of the orbs to drop per kill, unless it's like a higher level boss, you know, like an orange or a yellow bar, opposed to the standard red bar. With orange to yellow bars, you'll get an elevated drop on the orbs, but still, like, trying to get 1,500 orbs takes forever.
No doubt.
Um,
That's insane.
the other really
It's an
hard
achievement for
one,
a reason.
right? Well, and the other really hard one on there was the having to kill 100 mini bosses in this new game mode that they've got for the Solstice event. EAZ, like,
Bad.
dude, you kill,
I'm glad I'm not into Destiny anymore.
right?
This
Like,
just
you
take up a lot of my time, dude.
usually at best, I was pulling like 3 to 4 mini boss kills per match, like per freaking run, and then you have to fucking go through the loading in, matchmaking, all of that shit each time. Yeah, dude. So it was a headache. But then I said, fuck this, man, and I went and looked up a cheese for it. And I love my cheese, bro.
Go for it.
Especially when it comes to Destiny. Like, there's some things you have to have the cheese. And otherwise the grind is just too fucking stupid and mundane.
Well, I mean, that's what I mean. I play video games a lot for the achievements as well, I would say.
But I mean, yeah, I don't know, like, it's the cheese made it a lot easier, for sure. It
Oh,
took
the cheese. What? So, what? Like cheats?
uh have you ever like heard of people refer to like cheesing a boss or
Oh, cheesing. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. 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 I got you.
Yeah, so like I'm all
Destiny
yeah,
is
I'm
the
all about
king
my
of
Destiny
cheesy
cheese, man.
bosses. No doubt.
I mean, I don't get me wrong, I'll go through and I'll try and do the shit legit at least once, but once you do it so many times and you start trying to run other people through things that are difficult, if there's a cheese for it, use that son bitch.
Yeah. No doubt.
But yeah, with the cheese on this, pretty much you have to just go and load into the EAZ solo like you would with a, you know, the same way you do if you're trying to load into it like a strike solo. Because normally
Right.
it'll sit there and match make you no matter what into a strike. But there's a method that you can use to freaking solo into strikes, and now the EAC as well, because it works on a similar system as the strikes.
Right.
And all it is you go and you change your date time to any date prior to the current date. And if you happen to choose a date that actually still tries to load in and populate with people in matchmaking, back out, change the date time to another date prior, and keep going until you find a date that doesn't find you a matchmate. I usually go like
So
4.
easy.
Yeah, dude, I usually go in and I'll just set it to like 4 months back and freaking load in, and boom, soloed into a strike or soloed into the EAZ. But once soloed into the EAZ for the cheese, using that method, you just have to get the right EAZ to populate, which you have to get the EAZ that has the 3 Cabal boss at the end.
Yeah.
Because there's a couple different of the Cabal. There's one that has 2 drop at the end, and there's one that has 3 drop at the end. But the one that has the 3 drop at the end, it populates a mini boss every, I'd say probably 20 seconds or less. Honestly, I was reading on it, and they was saying like 45 seconds, but it was popping so fucking quick. Like there was no way it was 45 seconds.
There we go.
So I mean. Yeah, like it was a pretty easy cheese. Like you just go in and freaking you don't kill the main bosses, and it'll just keep running the mission until you kill the main bosses. So you just keep farming on that freaking that one mini boss that populates every like 20 seconds or so until you complete it,
Right.
which takes a bit of patience and time, but it takes far less time. Like it took, I'd say maybe 30 minutes of grind on that to achieve the kills I needed to complete that quest, opposed to the hours that it would have taken to do it the traditional methods.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was definitely worthwhile on that front,
That's
for
cool.
sure.
I didn't know you could even get into all that with this. Is that pretty much all you're playing?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm still playing on the Rumble Rush. They just changed that island. It was on Zapdos Sea last. Now we're moved over to Jirachi. And dude, day 1 on Jirachi Sea, Jirachi Island, or whatever, I pulled a Jirachi. Like I haven't even got to Jirachi yet. I just like I had a random float by fucking balloon that I clicked on, happened to be Jirachi. I was like, what? No way. Like I was still only on like the 3rd zone at that point on this new island. And
Is Rumble Rush out?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, it is officially out. Pokemon Masters isn't. I got to the end of the story on that as far as they have released right now, because from what I'm seeing, they only have it partially released because they only have the partial release to the world, in Singapore and Canada currently.
Right.
So, I mean, it is what it is. That was a really fun game for what they got out so far. I can't wait to see what happens when they release the next updates that actually hopefully will allow access to the gear system, because at this point they don't even have the gear system active and able to be used, but they have quests live for it, which is frustrating. So like you have this notification that just never goes away because you have this mission that you can never complete because they don't release the mission.
New content.
Well, and that's the sad thing, is I'm pretty sure that the content's there. It's just locked and not visible to players.
To access.
Mm-hmm.
Not available to access.
Pulling some pages out of Bungie's book with Destiny.
Yeah.
They are notorious for, oh yeah, you want to buy this
That shit
content?
hard, dude.
You want to buy this bonus content? Well, guess what? It was there the whole time. We're just gonna charge you to unlock it now.
That's the same thing they did with Halo.
Yep.
Halo 3.
Yep. It was already everything was already there, embedded in the code, ready to go. They just freaking charged people to unlock it. And then make it seem like they took extra time to develop, so it's worth paying that extra money. It's like, no, we paid for all that code that was there. It was already there. And now you're trying to charge us extra to unlock shit at gates.
And they're very tongue-in-cheek when they get caught in their own act too. They're just like, "Oh, we heard you. We were working on it for for a bit. We knew that this was an issue. You know, it's just like, okay, whatever."
Use the suckers.
Real quick before I go into what I'm playing, I actually do have some show news that I should have went over. We will probably be having a third person on here. We'll probably broadcast with me. It depends on exactly what's going on that part.
Careful with that.
But that's probably gonna happen, so just be aware of that.
Yeah.
I'm
psyched.
Going into what I've been playing.
I value your opinions, Warlock.
I had a little bit of an anime-themed month or week here. I played a lot of anime games. I'll just start with the first one, the obvious one, Kingdom Hearts. So I've been moving this weekend. I didn't have a lot to play this week. I didn't have a lot of time to play, rather. But I did get some video games and some stuff to talk about. I played Kingdom Hearts. I'm right at the part. I'm not gonna ruin anything, but I'm about 70% of the way through the game. Basically, after this, some shit goes down, and then they wrap up the game. And that's pretty much it. I'm gonna complete it 100%. I'm gonna go through, get all the chests, get all the everything, level them up to 99, beat all the optional bosses, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Get all the map stuff. The game is. I really love Kingdom Hearts. I think it's a far cry from 2. I thought 2. As far as time is concerned, 2 is going to hold up a lot better than 3. What makes 3 good is the graphics and the Unreal Engine. There's nothing special about 3, whereas 2 had the drive forms and the summon options. So you could choose either way to go on that, and both would use your drive page. So 2 stood out a lot more of the 3 to me personally. So, and I don't really know how other people feel, but Kingdom Hearts 3 wasn't that. The gameplay wasn't as incredible as the first. Well, the second one. The first one was there. So, but I fell in love with the game with the first one, so it is what it is. So I played that. I should have that wrapped up this weekend, or this week. Talk about it a little bit more, and basically wrap up for the games. For that game, rather. I played Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2.
Heck yeah. How did you like the Xenoverse 2? Or was that the number 2 or TOO 2? Should clarify here. Okay.
Xenoverse 2.
So.
There's Xenoverse and then Xenoverse. So this is an arena fighter. This is over the back. Make your own character. You start out by making a character, and then you progress through the story, and then they say, hey, we have this great hero who already saved us once. He's incredible. She's incredible. Whatever. and then they ask you who you want your hero to be, and you can import that person from Xenoverse 1. So if you have Xenoverse 1 data on something, you should get Xenoverse 2 for the same console because that character ports over.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
yeah, and that's the hero that they're talking about in the second one, right? So you move forward, and you basically end up working hand in hand with this guy, and you go through the sagas, and you go through correcting timeline errors, like Frieza turning to Golden Frieza before Goku turned Super Saiyan. And so you have to go back and correct that. You have to help Goku correct that. But you said, but in at the same time, you have to still get Goku to go Super Saiyan. So there's certain things that can't be affected, right? So he's still got to go Super Saiyan. You got to correct the Golden Frieza problem, and then everything will go back to the timeline progresses. And you do that for every single arc, all the way through Dragon Ball Super, up to a point. Right?
Oh, wow.
So the game's good. I mean, it's an arena fighter. It's, dash forward,
So,
combo.
my biggest question, do you like it more or less than the first one?
More. I like it more because they used ki and the stamina in a smarter way.
Okay.
In the first one, I believe it was, I could be wrong about this, but it's been a long time. But I believe in the first one it used ki to teleport, whereas in this one it uses stamina.
Yeah, it uses ki for teleportation. You are correct.
So, I mean, they added the stamina gauge, I'm pretty sure, so, I don't know, I can't remember. It's so long ago, dude, I can't even remember. But the game is fun. I highly recommend it. It's cheap now. I mean, go out, go buy it. I got it on sale for like 15 bucks, something like that. I think you can go get it at GameStop for about that. So, pre-owned. So, definitely worth checking out. Highly recommend it if you like Dragon Ball.
Oh yeah. Love it.
Yeah. I played Persona 5. This game is so damn good. So here's the thing about Persona. I didn't realize that with Persona, as you progress through the game, if you put the difficulty up, you need your pre-saved Personas. So you can start out on normal, you progress, right? You beat the game on normal, and then you go to hard, right? And you're like, I'm going to play it on hard. It asks you, do you want to carry over your saved file to your New Game Plus so you can have the Personas that you've registered? So you're like, cool, do that. If you don't do that, you are fucked. You're not gonna do well. Like, it's not gonna be good. Because there's this one boss right now that's killing me in one shot.
Jesus.
One shot. Dead. The Persona levels are separate from Joker's levels or Takanaki's levels or whatever. The Persona levels can be up to Joker's levels, and those are the personas that you can quote-unquote make. But if you register a persona at level 47 and you're level 12, and you go to buy that persona, it will actually give you that persona at a higher level, at the level that you registered at. So there's a lot to this game, you know what I mean? Everybody plays this game and they see, okay, well, it's a turn-based RPG, it's a JRPG, turn-based RPG, it's pretty basic. Hit triangle for Y, hit expert attack. But it's not that. You can change between personas, and it's more like a Pokemon game in the sense that you have to work against the weaknesses. And if you don't have a weakness for a boss, it's gonna be even for a fight, it's gonna be a long fight. This game is not easy. They make this game. They turn it into. They turn it into like a true, like, challenging. I can't imagine this game on very hard or whatever it's called, master or whatever it's called. I couldn't imagine it because the personas are going to be the bosses are going to be all the way maxed out. You're going to be maxed out personas. Like, you're going to have to know your shit.
Sounds like it.
So, So I'm interested to see if I can do that on hard. I didn't carry over my New Game Plus, and then I lost the save data for it.
Ooh.
I have about 500 hours in this game. About 500 hours in this game. So, it's a good game. If you want to play Persona, or if you want a good JRPG, go get Persona. It's worth it. Oh, excuse me. I played another Dragon Ball game, Dragon Ball Fighter Z. This is you know, a lot of people don't associate this game with this, but it is what it is. Like, this is what this game is. And it's a tag fighter. So you choose 3 different characters, your opponent chooses 3 different characters, and you switch in and out between those characters. Those characters have a red bar above the health that they have left. And that red bar represents what they've lost. If you switch out, that red bar recovers. Easy. You know, that's what it is. It's a tag fighter. It's the same thing as Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Like it's the same pace, everything. The difference is you can teleport behind your enemies and do the pursue thing like that. And you can hit them. They use the tag system phenomenally in this game. So you can link Goku. So these are my 3 characters I use. Goku, Goku Black, and Vegeta. So you can link Goku's Kamehameha to Vegeta's Gallic Gun to whatever Goku Black's move is. And you can link all 3 of those together. And when you do it right, it just destroys people. This game, you can really like tag out and like really cause some damage. Like if you use that tag system properly. Like
Sounds pretty gnarly.
If you wanna play a high velocity tag fighter and you like anime, don't go get Marvel vs. Capcom. Get Dragon Ball Fighter Z. It's good. It's really good. If you like tag fighters,
I liked the Dead or Alive for their tag system too.
yeah, but even Dead or Alive like improvise off of the original game type, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Moving forward, that's really all I played. Did you want to go in depth a little bit more on Pokemon Masters and what that was all about? And for a mobile minute?
I mean, it's. I did see that it gives you the option to actually evolve Pokemon. Which I was.
Oh, it doesn't?
It
Or
does. It does.
Oh, it does.
But only obviously Pokemon that are evolvable. Like, although I can't say that for 100% sure, because I've gotten my Pikachu leveled up pretty high, and it hasn't given me the option yet to evolve it to a Raichu. So I don't know if there's like something special I have to do to make that happen, but other things like goodness, what was one? I evolved, what's the name of that thing? It starts with the S.
5 minutes.
Is there water? Water thing?
Servine? Snivy.
Snivy.
Yeah.
The starter?
Yeah, I got that one, and that one is actually a 5-star.
Or Snivy. Some people will call it Snivy, but it's Snivy.
I don't know. However you pronounce it. That was one of them that it allowed you to evolve. It starts you off with the first evolution, and then you can evolve it up as you level it up. I got that one to its final evolution, and it's pretty beast. Solid Pokemon. So I mean, I dig that they do have the aspect of evolution still in the game. I'm kind of curious though, like what they're gonna do, like I said, with this whole gear system. Like, are you only gonna be able to put one piece of gear on? Or are you gonna be able to put multiple pieces? I'm very curious and intrigued.
Gear on your Pokemon, or your gear goes on your trainer?
That, and see, that's the other thing, is that who's the gear for? Does both the trainer and the Pokemon get their own separate gear? Like,
Alright, so do they?
I don't know yet. They haven't released that yet to the public. So I'm guessing that when they go with the full release here at the end of August, when they released it globally instead of just to their, I guess, stability testing countries that they're released to currently. Because they're definitely not at a full release right now, even though they are released to 2 major countries. It's more of a test release at this point than anything. But I mean, it's a solid game. Like, plays smooth, looks good, very fun. There's not like any kind of an energy system in place, so you can just keep going and grinding and grinding and grinding. And that includes like the XP towers. Like, there's no limit that I found. Like, you can sit there and just grind on levels in the towers, gain EXP boosts, so you can level up your Pokemon that much faster.
Right. Let's go to the news. So we actually have the headline I was talking about. So I'll actually put this up here. So the headline we have before was actually moved to story number 2. And the headline we have this week is Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick says it's disrespectful to blame gun violence on entertainment. So you realize he didn't say video games, he said entertainment. But that's not what happened here. So I have to disagree with what was said here, because he said, look, you don't want to blame entertainment for the video game violence, because, you know, entertainment is violent. You know, that's what makes it entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the fact that they didn't blame movies, you know, they didn't point out TV, they didn't point out pop culture, you know, they didn't point out any of that. They pointed specifically video games out. So it's not like they took the entertainment and they picked entertainment and that's what they went after. Like, they went after video games. And so that was loud.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
You want me to just take it away?
Come on.
So Strauss Zelnick, CEO of the development team, was quoted saying, "The truth is, it's disrespectful to the victims and the families to point the finger at entertainment for gun violence in America." So I actually support this. For me personally, for you to say, you know, this piece of entertainment messed up here, and here's why. Entertainment is exactly that.
So
It's not.
Fight!
It's not. I lost my train of thought. Entertainment is exactly that. It's not meant to be like dumbed down. That's what makes it entertainment. You know what I mean? That's what brings people in. That's what brings people more. That's what attracts more people to your property. So in that respect, like entertainment shouldn't be dumbed down. You know what I mean? With that said, they they just picked video games, for like Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, um, what's some other really overly violent ones? I mean, there's a lot of them out there. You know what I mean? But to say like this game or this develop or this entertainment property, whatever you want to call it, messed up. That's ridiculous. You know what I mean? That's why it's entertainment. So that's why I say one anyway. So still there, Irish. um, let's see here. Let's move forward. Um, yeah. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. um, moving forward, Walmart Associates. This is where this is when you run into more than just political problems with what McCarthy said. And this is what bugs me about the fact that he attacked video games. So, I'll just read the story here. It says, Walmart removes violent video games that this video game displays following Dayton shooting. So I'll just read the article here, or read a quote from the article here. An article written by Dayton Daily News, written on Dayton Daily News, written by Holly. Oh gosh, I'm gonna butcher this. I'm sorry if I do.
You butcher.
Shively? I'm not sure.
Defeat your
Holy
enemy.
shit.
That's all I ask.
It states, quote, Walmart sent a letter last week to associates to take immediate action to remove signing and displays referencing violence. So quotes. Remove signing and displays referencing violence, according to the CNBC. So here's why this is a problem. Now you're going to have the legislature that's introduced to the gaming industry, right? And the government's going to say, okay, these games can only be X amount of violent. You won't see that legislature on any other entertainment. They're going to say specifically video games. And this is just my prediction. I could be entirely wrong. This is just what I think is going to happen. And if it happens, it's going to be terrible. But they're going to put legislation on video games saying, hey, these video games can only contain X amount of guns, X amount of fired rounds. You know what I mean? And they're going to dumb down these video games. You're not going to see this legislation on movies, music, TV shows. All the other culture, like, they had one part right of this article, of this whole situation. Trump said, and I'm not saying I'm a Trump supporter, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, he said that it's easy for people to surround themselves in a culture full of violence, and that's not wrong. It's not. Like, you have all of this stuff that is promoting violence, and you have nobody speaking out for the other side of it. It's no wonder our society is getting more violent. it's sad. You have a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. Babies are in the living room at the moment.
Okay, they're gonna go out to dinner here. They were just getting their play on first.
Kiddos.
Or free.
They're pretty.
So my problem with that is that they're introducing this legislature, or they probably will introduce this legislature, and that this all comes after what McCarthy said about video games being violent. Like, this is why Australia has laws that prevent certain games getting into their civilization. You know what I mean? Like Eastern civilization, like over in the Atlantic. Like, and it's a huge problem. Like, and these industries are gonna start struggling to make money. Things like Rockstar and Take-Two, or I guess Take-Two is Rockstar, whatever. I don't know, but all I know is that they're gonna start struggling. You know what I mean? And, like, it's just gonna be, it's gonna be terrible. Like, all these great video games should go out of business. It's my prediction because of it. So, one of the things I said in my notes was, one thing comes to mind, why not any other media? When I say that, you know, we have things like Goodfellas, The Godfather, and Boondock Saints. Like, the list goes on. You know what I mean?
Straight
So,
up.
It's getting to the point where McCarthy had no right to get involved with that at all. He doesn't know what the gaming industry's like. He doesn't know what the gaming community's like. He has no idea what any of that is like. He should have just minded his own fucking business. And I'm just saying that right now. So, like, he should have just minded his own business. But, with that said, he said what he said, and now we're gonna have to deal with the repercussions of it as gamers. And it sucks. And there will be repercussions, so trust me. This is the government. They don't let things go. They can capitalize on anything. There will be repercussions. I guarantee. Final thoughts on that, Irish?
Well, I mean, honestly, you let the government start dictating shit like that, it's only gonna go downhill. I mean, that's why the movie industry has done, you know, and the TV industry has done their best to try and keep, you know, freedom of speech acknowledged. You know, so
Right.
and what they're pretty
And that's
much
freedom
doing.
of expression too.
Exactly, and you know they have solid representation. You know, because they've been dealing with this pressure, you know, from the government for far more many years than the people in the gaming industry that are just now getting into this, you know, whole scene and seeing what the government tries to do. You know.
Right.
I mean, honestly, I think that it would behoove people in the gaming industry to team up with people in the movie and TV industry and try and learn from them as best they can to try and overcome the beast, as it would be, and not allow them to dictate and rule what is said and done in this industry like they've tried to do with others.
Yeah, and they've actually been pretty successful now. So far, like the ESRB and all that. You know what I mean? Like the government in Australia, the government in China, it shows that if government wants to capitalize on this, they're gonna.
Yep.
They're gonna, and the people aren't gonna win. Like, they're not. You know what I mean?
Right, all it takes is
It's a crying shame, dude.
it's like they say, you know, the devil can't come in your home unless you invite him in.
Well, yeah. Yeah, that's true. You want to talk about digital sales? You have the story there.
What was that? You broke up.
You want to talk about digital sales?
Digital sales. Are you talking for EA Sports?
Madden.
3 minutes.
Let's see here. Looks like with the EA Sports Madden NFL 2019 Bowl, it broke the record as most watched live tournament in Madden history. Is that what?
Yeah, so it sold more digital sales in the first week than any other EA game ever. Madden, the first week of sales, half of their sales, over half actually, went to digital sales.
Oh wow.
We're getting there. How you feel about physical games going away, Irish?
Honestly, like, if that's to be the case, I think they need to establish a means of being able to get credit for older games. Like, say you've got some digital games you don't necessarily play anymore, wouldn't mind getting rid of or trading towards a newer game. You know, I think that you should be able to have the option of crediting your account by, you know, exchanging the game towards another one. Just like you can with a physical...
They need to have some sort of used game system. Like what GameStop does. You know what I mean? Like, I hate to say it, but GameStop's going under. And people can say whatever they want about GameStop. They're a cheap source of video games. That's what they are. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to go get a pre-owned game that came out 4 months ago, you're probably going to be able to find that game for right around $40-45. That's cheap.
1 minute.
It's cheap for video.
Hit them hard.
It is. Like, so say what you want about GameStop. Once that goes away, we're going to see a hike in game prices. And it's going to be everywhere. And the government's not going to let that go. Because that's a way of controlling the industry. It's all about this.
I can tell you right now, I've been doing my damnedest to keep supporting GameStop because I really don't want to see them go.
I don't either, dude. When they go, cheap video games aren't a thing.
Well, even beyond that, I mean, where else are you gonna trade in systems and games and things like that for a decent price, let alone for new games and systems?
Well, you have the Humble Bundle and you have all that, which is whatever. Yeah, you have that stuff. But a main portion of your Gears, your Halos, your GTAs, your Red Deads, they come from GameStop. And some of them are pretty
That
cheap.
shut them down.
Defeat
Defeat
GTA for
comes for us all.
$40 at GameStop pre-owned. That's dirt cheap, dude. So if they can't control the industry
The best thing about being a guardian is you're never
create
truly
some
beaten.
sort of free market, we're gonna see game prices stay at a solid 60. Like, bam, that's what they cost. Period. You know what I mean? That's gonna suck. It's gonna suck more. So.
Right.
I think this means, though, with Stadia coming out and, you know, the Ubisoft Uplay service, Origins, you know, Game Pass, like this, these are all things that you can subscribe to that you're going to get your money's worth out of. So, like, these things are releasing at a good time in the gaming industry, seeing where streaming's going to go and what the internet service providers can do for us as far as data goes. People can say whatever they want about data. You get Spectrum, and that's the service that you have. You don't have an internet cap. These internet companies start losing clients, and they're gonna change their rules. I guarantee you. So
Straight
it's
up.
gonna be an interesting push and pull to see exactly what they do with the gaming market as far as digital games are concerned. Last story. I don't know how many people are gonna have this as a headline, but this is hilarious. Ninja Leaf Switch followers get recommended porn. And for my notes here, I have fucking hilarious. Because that is just too much, dude. That is hilarious. Like, I already laughed about it for a good solid, like, 40 minutes. I'm all laughed out. I'm actually pretty tired right now. I got no more laugh in me. But this is funny. An article written on the WashingtonPost.com, written by Kayla Epstein, states, after he departed from the platform, this is quote, after he departed from the platform for a rival streaming service, viewers who went looking for his Twitch channel for a rival streaming service, viewers who went looking for his Twitch channel on Sunday didn't get to see their favorite neon-haired gamer. Instead, they saw pornography. Kotaku reported on this. The Twitch had been recommending other channels for Ninja fans. One of those channels displayed adult content, and obviously this blew up in Twitch's face. This wasn't Ninja's fault. Ninja didn't do anything wrong. From what I understand, Ninja's most of his viewers are children.
Yeah, so he's
he
very
mild. He's reserved, you know what I mean? He's actually of the people who are online. If my nephew watches Ninja occasionally, of the people that are online, I would actually prefer him to watch him. Like,
yeah,
he
keeps it G-rated.
Dude. Yeah, he keeps it very G-rated. There's no cussing, none of that, no yelling, any of that. You know what I mean? And you know, one of the number one recommended things for his viewers was pornography. At first glance, it's pretty funny, but you gotta think, this is actually pretty serious.
This is like the Memo all over again.
Yeah, dude, this isn't good for them. Ninja actually came out and said something about this. He was pissed. He was mad. He was quoted saying there was a porn account that was the number one being recommended on my channel, and I have no say in any of this stuff. This is the line. This is the straw. So now he is currently trying to get all of his Twitch content ever off of Twitch. He's trying to delete his channel entirely. He's done.
Damn.
He's on Mixer now. That's it. It's gonna be huge for Mixer, by the way. Because Ninja did the right thing here. He came out and he said, this is bullshit. Like, you know? Like, I didn't have any say in this. Like, I don't know why this is being recommended to my viewers. Why this is even on my Twitch channel. It's ridiculous. You know?
Well, and
So
if he didn't come out the gates hot like that, it would have came back on him too, anyways.
Well, he could have played low. He could have stayed under the radar and said, hey, I have nothing to do with this. That was all that. You know what I mean? But instead, he said, no, they used my channel to do this shit, and now I'm pissed. You know? I have a newfound respect for the guy. I really do.
I wonder if it was just like hate for leaving Twitch.
That's kind of what I thought, dude. I thought somebody was kind of messing with him. Like, you know, like, alright, well, this is for leaving us high and dry and going to Mixer. You know what I mean? And then somebody thought that wouldn't come back. Like, that was going to be his fault. You know what I mean? But they don't understand that the internet's smart. We understand how platforms work. Like, we're not stupid. You know? That's going to do it for news. Oh, the account in question has since been permanently. That will not be resolution of that.
Oh, yeah.
So, that's going to wrap up the news segment. Irish, was there anything else you wanted to touch on?
God, I feel like there was something. Hold up a second. Yes, there was. Nintendo Switch's new rival.
Oh! Talk about this.
The Microsoft handheld.
Yes.
I'm not
I didn't read the story.
Mm.
You should read that. I can't believe I missed this story. This is so dumb. I should not have missed this story. And I call myself an
So-
expert.
Apparently, there was a patent filed by Microsoft on July 9th that turns from sketches into a physical device. Says, according to the patent application, the Xbox handheld attaches to and charges an existing touchscreen device like a smartphone. The joypads are clipped to the phone case in a bid to offer more immersive console-like gaming. It's unclear whether the console would play mobile games or stream console-quality titles from Xbox Live. And this story is by Paul Douglas.
Okay. And which outlet is that coming out of? Which platform?
That's T3 News.
Alright, so there it is, guys. That's the whole xCloud thing they've been working on. So they were like announcing xCloud, you know, where you can stream, play.
Yeah, so from what I'm seeing of this design, you're pretty much taking your mobile, your mobile device, your mobile phone, sliding it into this like controller type deal.
Yep. Sick, dude.
And playing Xbox games on the go.
Yep. Gears 5, Halo Master Chief Collection, Apex, whatever you want.
Dude, I'd love to play some Fable on it, man, all day.
I can't wait. I'm going.
And they have multiple colors, it looks like.
Whatever I gotta do, I will get that.
Black, white, and
I hope
gray.
you can download things to your phone.
And it
so
looks
you don't
like the
have to-
gray has like a green ring around the joysticks. That's kind of legit. I like it.
Oh, that's cool. Last part of the show here, guys. If you guys have any questions, please ask those.
Okay.
Please, I'm asking.
Just throwing this out there on top of the whole Xbox handheld. Apparently there is a new Sony PSP on the horizon, perhaps. There's some hush murmurs in the distance.
I might want to just leave that alone, dude. Might not want to open that can of worms.
Right? Again, I mean, they did pretty well with the PSP. They did okay with the Vita. Would have been better if they had done more content for it. Like, that was where they really failed with the Vita, was the content for it.
Big time, dude. Final Fantasy Remastered would have been perfect for that system.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, there's like so many games like could have been really cool on that. I mean, it's just they didn't put as much time and money into it as they probably should have.
Okay. Well, I'm getting tired, so we're gonna wrap this up.
All right.
Irish, where can they find you?
You can find me at the YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, Irish1620, Facebook and Instagram, Irish1620.gaming.
Alright, and you guys can find me at BTGinferno on Twitter, BTG_Inferno on Mixer, BTGinferno on Twitch. Also search BTGinferno on YouTube and you'll find my videos there. Broken Controllers on Facebook is always a good source to get all of this stuff, so be sure to follow that. And the Broken Controllers Discord page, which will, you guys can check that out too. One more thing, the Twitter page will be coming soon. That's going to be a lot of work for both of us, so we'll do what we can to get that up ASAP and manage that accordingly. So.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to do it, guys. We appreciate you guys showing up for episode 18. It's been almost 6 months here, so be sure to show up for episode 26. So be sure to tune in next week, and Talk to you guys later.
Don't forget to hit that follow, sub, and notification buttons. Comment if
Follow, like,
you really like it.
subscribe. Yeah. Follow, like, subscribe, all that. Alright, guys, that's gonna do it. Later.
Later.